Yo, 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 it's your boy Jaydub back at it again. We're going to talk about next generation and what you guys should be prepared for. Some of the purchases and items that are must have for the PlayStation 5. Come on in. For some of the Yeah, I created a little list of items that I think most people are going to find very useful coming into the next generation. I know a lot of people are coming from the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, or the Xbox One, Xbox One X, or Xbox One S. Next generation. Levon, what's going on, man? Let me tweet this out. I know I'm excited for next generation. I can't wait. I have both consoles pre-ordered. Emirates was good. Iron Fist was good. Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that you guys have to be prepared for next generation. Some of the stuff you can buy now, some of the stuff you can buy later. But either way, with these next generation consoles, in order to have the best experience, you're going to have to spend more than just your $3.99 or $4.99 for your console. Immortal Black, yes, it was. Today was a beautiful day. Great weather and everything. Yeah, so again, like I was saying, I purchased both next generation consoles, the Xbox Series X, as well as the PlayStation 5. The regular one, not the digital. I'm trying to get my hands on the digital as well so I can put it in a different room. So we'll see how that's gonna work out. But we'll go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I think most people need to realize these next generation consoles are capable of more than what the last generation consoles have been. Mortal Black, yes, I've seen gameplay of Godfall. It looks beautiful. Can't wait, man. All of these next generation games are just it's eye candy. Just eye candy. I think most people, for the most part, know that these systems are capable of 4K 60 frames a second, 4K 120 frames a second, and some light 8K games. David, what's good, brother? Thank you for coming out. And man, I'm just so excited about next generation. We're about 50 days away before we have these consoles in our homes, so we don't have that long to wait. And as you can see in the background, we have Ratchet and Clank, which is another beautiful game. And I think first on the list, what I would say is the most visual. The first thing you notice when you're playing a game or when you hook it up is your television. That's probably going to be the most crucial piece. Some people, you can still continue to have and keep the TV that you have, but you're going to be missing a lot of the features. A lot of these consoles are coming with brand new audio codecs, IMAX theater type experience codecs, the ultimate DTS X and all the Master HD and all that other sound stuff, the Dolby Atmos. And if you want a great experience, kind of like myself, a world class experience, man, you have to spend the money. You have to buy the best and you have to keep the best, so that way you don't have to try to go around having a subpar experience. I know some of you guys, may not have the best television, but I'm sorry, but playing a PlayStation 5 or X Series X on a cheap, 32-inch Hisense TV that you've been having for 15 years, I don't know about that. You're not going to get that full experience, especially with the effects like ray tracing, HDR, all other stuff. They now have the Dolby, not Dolby. It's a classification of HDR. It's the Dolby Vision and the Dolby Vision Plus, which is kind of like an extension. Yeah, so a lot of people are focusing on the LG CX series of TVs. It's the OLED, 120 frames. It supports 120 frames a second. So a lot of people are going for that. It depends on your size of the TV. Rolly, welcome, man. I agree, man. That Sony 900H, I'm going to get the 85-inch version of that to put in my game room. So that's a spectacular TV. A lot of reviewers are comparing the blacks to an OLED. So, Duran, what's good, brother? John, what's good? Now, mind you, if you have older LEDs or OLED and stuff like that, and LCD, you'll be okay. But again, if your television doesn't support the HDMI 2.1 standard, you're not going to be able to take advantage of the 120 frames per second mode or 120 hertz. And so, some games, for example, Gran Turismo 7, if you got a PlayStation 5, that game supports 120 frames a second in racing on top of VR. So, hey, bull, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for stopping by. So I think TVs are going to be the most important. Some people have, 1440p monitors that are really nice. Both of these next generation consoles support 1440p. So, I think that's one way, but I think for the most part, man, these next generation systems, 4K 60 is the standard. 120 hertz television is probably the way to go. And right now I think LG has a 48-inch OLED TV. So entry level, maybe you can get an older model, C8, C9, something like that. Again, the OLEDs bring out that saturation of color, the deep blacks and stuff like that. Sony has a great, I'm not going to say cheap, but an inexpensive model, which is the Sony 900H. They're advertising that as the PlayStation 5 television to get. Some people might want to step it up to 8K television. So even though you're doing your gaming and stuff like that, it will up-res the resolution that you have in your console to 8K, and it's going to look that much better. Again, to see the benefits of 8K, you're probably going to have to have a minimum of about 77 to 85 inch TV. The larger the television, the more resolution, the higher the resolution, the higher the TV, the larger the TV, you're going to have to actually see some big benefits. Having a 55-inch 8K TV is useless. It's useless. It's a waste of money. HDR is a must. Not just the HDR, right? When you guys go to the store and you look at the brochures and the specifications, all that stuff is going to line up. Whether you're spending $300 on the television or whether you're spending $8,000 on the television, all those specs are going to line up. Dark Lord Fusion was good, brother. You want to stay away from that stuff, and I'm going to tell you why. Everyone has their own specs. They're going to lie to you and tell you this is this, and you're going to say, well, this $8,000 TV has the same spec as this $300 Hisense. I might as well get the Hisense, and that's where you're going to err in your way. That's why you're going to be messed up. Don't let that marketing stuff. One thing that I do, and I recommend everyone to do, is walk to the front of your store, look back in the electronics section. Whichever TV stands out in your eye, keep your eyes on it. Walk to the back. That's the television you want, because that television caught your eye. Generally, that's probably going to be a high-end LED TV or a OLED TV, and it's not going to be the cheapest. I hate to say it, but the closer you get to those televisions, you start looking and it's, oh, well, I'll sacrifice some of this color and some of this clarity and stuff for the price. And it's like, man, just save your money and get the good stuff. A lot of the new TVs, if you're buying a brand new TV, make sure it has try to get the HDMI 2.1. I know Sony has a few TVs, including 900H, that supports and it has the HDMI 2.1. A lot of times they'll uproll a future update within the next couple of months that will unlock all of those features, such as VRR, which is variable refresh rate, extended HDR, and a bunch of other next generation ALL or ALM or something like that. All these technical jargons that they tell you, but pretty much all these both of these next generation consoles support these features. And if I'm spending money on a television, I want to be able to use every single feature my PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X has. John Sam said, make sure it has great local dimming unless you have an OLED. That's true. The more dimming zones and stuff like that, the better. If not, when you if you turn your lights off in your house and you see a dark picture, you're going to see the light bleeding from the side or the different zones. The brightness is going to be kind of like miscolored. You'll be able to tell. John Sam, yeah, man. I have, believe it or not, man, I have a Sony Z9G. That's their 8K TV. That's the big boy. And the rest of the TVs in the house are the OLED LG, the B6 and the C6. Yeah, I'm still rocking those. I know they're older, but hey, they get the job done. So, D.I. Almighty Spartan Guy, what's good, brother? I knew this was coming, right? I knew this day was coming for these consoles, and that's kind of why I held off. The only reason I got the Z9G is because at CES, Sony advertised it, and I put my pre-order in for it and got it through my distributor, so got a good price on it. Early adopter, that's what I do. I'm an early adopter. A lot of these TVs are also going to go on sale. So, but you got to keep in mind, everyone's out here trying to get a next generation console. Everyone's trying to buy a next generation TV. So, be aware of that. They know that. Best Buy and the rest of those guys, they know that. Don't get caught up with buying a television and you get one that is still 60 hertz and missing a lot of the features, unless you have, again, if you have those cheap Hisenses or something like that, anything could probably be better. Samsung has some great TVs as well. Again, make sure it supports the 120 hertz, HDMI 2.1. Some of those features are going to be patched in later, but you have to have the minimum of a HDMI 2.1. So. Another thing that we're going to have to really focus on, and I think it's the most important part, even more so than the TV, are the games. You go out, you spend $399 for a console, you may buy an extra controller or something. A lot of guys have saved up their money, man. Hey, I want a PlayStation 5. I want an X Series X or X Series S. Then they got to realize, hey, man, you got to shell out a lot of money for these next generation games. So, if you're one of those guys that, kind of cost conscious, who knows? Maybe Xbox is the best thing for you. If you haven't played a lot of their, the older games from the previous generations, Game Pass is an option. $10, $15 a month. You get to play a lot of those old games. Again, they're not next generation games. A lot of them won't take advantage of the hardware. I know Digital Foundry just said, that all the backwards compatibility games, they really don't take advantage of the they call it the RDNA 2 features, which is why the next generation these companies chose the next generation processor and GPU. Some of the unlocked games, I agree, Matrix. Some of the unlocked games, that was 30 frames on the Xbox One X. Some of them are running 60 frames, 55, 50. That's better than what you was getting previously. But again, it's up to the individual. I won't tell you what to buy or what not to buy, but I'm looking forward to the new next generation features. When I'm looking at a game, I want to see the ray tracing. I want to see the extended palette, more objects on the screen, faster frames, higher resolution, higher detail, 8K assets. A lot of these PlayStation 5 games are running extremely high assets. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go check out the Unreal Engine 5 demo displayed on the PlayStation 5. That demo was running at 1440p, but they were using 8K assets. So it looks so good where Digital Foundry even said we're not even talking about resolution anymore. Next generation is not about resolution. So just keep that in mind. Creed Ross said he bought a 65-inch CX and a GX this year. Yeah, you ready? You ready, bro? You in there. But these games, these next generation games, we have to be ready. We have to be prepared. They're going to cost money. It is what it is. It's been like that since the beginning of gaming. When you bought Pac-Man, you bought the next generation. You got Miss Pac-Man, and on and on and on. You got Mario, Mario Brothers, and before you know it, you got Super Mario Brothers. A lot of you guys don't remember that Mario started on the Atari 2600. Believe it or not. Then they came up with a NES version, which was called Super Mario Brothers, which is what we know now. Final Fantasy 16. We're just going to start naming some games that we're going to have to start getting prepared for. These shits is going to cost a lot of money. These are not only launch games, but these are the launch windows games, and they're leading into 2021. I keep telling you guys, gaming is an expensive hobby. Guys are going out buying brand new TVs for these brand new consoles, and they're going to be looking to play brand new games. Highball, take it easy, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking out with me, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good evening. But on the PlayStation 5 side of things, we got to look forward to Final Fantasy 16. God of War Ragnarok is coming out next year. Horizon Forbidden West is coming out next year. Ratchet and Clank, what you're looking at right now, that's going to be coming out in a few months. Deathloop is coming out in March. Gran Turismo supposedly is coming out in January. Sackboy is a launch day game. Destruction All Stars is a launch day game. Returnal is coming supposedly in May. Ghostwire Tokyo is supposed to be here within the next few months. Kena, they already said that they moved that back, I believe, to March. Bug Snacks still may be a launch game or a holiday window game. Oddworld, I believe that's coming out sometime, if not in November, December. Demon Soul, that's a launch game. That game there looks better than any game I've seen thus far. And Godfall is a day one game. Most of these games have 4K 60 performance mode, and they also have a resolution mode. They call it performance and a visual mode, something like that. And so, man, and the games I'm naming right are just kind of more so of the PS5 exclusives, right? I'm not talking about the Call of Duties. I'm not talking about the NBA 2Ks and the FIFAs and stuff. That stuff is going to come. But if you buy a PlayStation 5, the games that I named, those are exclusive games to PlayStation 5 or with the next generation features. Some of these, Spider-Man, I forgot to even mention Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's a day one game. I mean, come on, everybody and their mom buying the PlayStation 5 for that. Plus, you get the Spider-Man, you get the original Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game with it. And it's enhanced with all the PS5 features. The fast loading, the PS5 assets, the high resolution assets, ray tracing, and stuff like that. So can't wait for that. I've already platinumed the first Spider-Man, but luckily they're including all brand new trophies for this Ultimate Edition. So You know, we get the trophies, whole new trophy list and stuff. I saw it. I saw the new Godfall gameplay. It looks amazing, and that was a game that everybody was kind of unsure of. And it's crazy how a couple of months that game has come together. Now it's a must buy. So I that's a day one for me. You know, Call of Duty. We're definitely going to be getting that. The new NBA 2K, the next generation version. I can't wait for that. But I mean, I've named probably about $700-800 worth of games. So think about that, man. So you know, you're going to spend $1,500 to $2,000 on a television for the most of us. You know, you're going to spend $500-600 just on the console itself, you know, after taxes. Then you got extra controller, you got the camera, you got the 3D audio headset, you got the media remote, you got the dual charger stand. Hey, and that's before you even got to the multiplats. We got Cyberpunk, right? Everyone's looking forward to that. So it's you know, all in all, this gaming thing, man, it's gonna run us about $4,000 a piece with all the games, all the accessories, and both of the consoles. Not, you know, and I didn't even add the external hard drives, the external SSD drives. I bought one for the Xbox Series X, so I got mine pre-ordered. Cost me $250. I wanted to get it because I figured it was going to be sold out eventually, right? So I went ahead and did that. Demon Souls, man, that is a day one game. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm neck and neck with which one I'm gonna boot up first, whether it's Spider-Man Miles Morales or Demon Souls. And I'm not even like a Dark Souls fan, but that game looks fucking amazing. I don't care who you are, whether you like the Dark Souls series, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, I don't care, but you gotta say that game looks fucking amazing. The headphones, the 3D audio, it's supposed to be something that, I mean, everyone, all the developers are talking about it. The DualSense controller, everybody's talking about it. So, you know, so we got the games, we got the television, we got the accessories. On top of that, you know, a lot of people want to change their environment. A great gaming chair will help you as well. You know, set aside $150 to $200, get you a nice gaming chair. You know, something that's comfortable. You can sit back for hours and game in. Perfect. I love it. So I'm going to add another video here. Man, I can't wait. Luckily, the PlayStation 5, it does come with a stand. So, I mean, you guys are like that. It comes with the horizontal and vertical stand. So that's included. HDMI 2.1 rated cable, the high bandwidth cable, 48 gigabits per second, comes with it. You got everything you need right there. I think the 1 terabyte Xbox Series X, and the Xbox and the PlayStation 5, I think they come with enough hard drive space for next generation games. You know what I'm saying? You're probably not going to buy every single next generation game day one. So I don't see people starting off the bat installing 30 games. You see what I'm saying? We generally pick about 5 games that we like, the best 5. We'll start with those, beat them, then we'll move them over or delete them and move forward from that. So the Almighty Spartan God, it's true. The Xbox Series X come with a 1 terabyte hard drive, but 200 of that hard drive, 200 gigabytes of that hard drive is reserved for the operating system. Shouldn't come as a shocker. Windows is a very heavy operating system. PlayStation comes with a much lighter operating system since it's ran off of Unix, the basis of Linux, so it's a lot lighter. The Almighty Spartan God. No, so the PlayStation 5 SSD is 825 gigabytes physically. It has 12 lanes of channel. So the way they disperse that, it has 800. That is they couldn't go to 1 terabyte without spending more money. It would have jacked up the price tremendously for a 12 channel. So they did it for cost concerns. But they also said that you can actually somewhere, I believe you can take the panels off the side of the PlayStation 5, and there's a M2 port where you can plug an external drive in there. Now, here's the thing. We don't know what the operating system is going to be for the PlayStation 5. Rumors are it's about 25 gigs. So you're still looking at 800 gigs either way you go. PlayStation 4 has a much heavier UI and operating system, so you can't go by that standard. You guys saw what PlayStation showed you. They have an all new interface, all new operating system, so we just don't know. You'll just be guessing. So I'm not going to say it's the same as PlayStation 5 and it takes up 80 to 90 gigs. I'm not going to say that. We don't know. And it's okay as gamers. It's okay to say we just don't know. Young Joe said, which old game will you boot up first day one for the X Series X? Man, I'm going to be honest, man. I really was buying the X Series X for Halo because that was an exclusive and that was supposed to be the reason to buy the console. Now that game isn't coming out, I'm really just buying it to have because I know it's going to be hard to get for a while. I don't know, man. I may, when eventually the medium comes out, I may try that. But as far as the old games, Xbox don't have any good current gen games that I like playing now. Maybe I may try Forza Horizon 4, but I already have that on PC, right? So how is the X Series X going to look better than what I'm already playing? I'm already playing at 4K, 100 and some frames on my PC. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Halo was supposed to be that game, man. I don't know. I don't know. And I know guys keep saying, I know a lot of Xbox guys say, oh, but I play the Xbox for the better running version of the multiplex. That's their damage control stuff. I've never bought a console just to play one particular type of game. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to boot up for my X Series X. Shit, I might boot up Sea of Thieves. You never know. I'm going to have to do something, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be a year or two before we get next generation Xbox games. At least day one with PlayStation, I just read you a list of huge first party and marketed games. We got Final Fantasy 16 exclusive, God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Ratchet and Clank, Deathloop, Gran Turismo 7, Sackboy, Destruction All-Stars, Returnal, Ghostwire Tokyo, Kena, Bugsnax, Oddworld, Demon Souls, Godfall, on and on and on and on and on. This is just a little small one on my list that I had of games that I was going to buy. I know Xbox has that Turok the Dinosaur Hunter looking game. So, is that a launch game? I don't know. Tetris, we've been having Tetris effect already for over a year on the PlayStation in VR and regular. So, I don't know. Yeah, the Almighty Spartan God, that was a long list that I read you, and that was just some. That wasn't even the Little Devil Inside and some of the other games that they showed at the PlayStation, that first PlayStation event. So yeah. So I guess most people on the Xbox, they will be playing Xbox 360 games. They will be playing Xbox One games. Maybe Rise on the Rome. Maybe playing that at 60. I don't know. So we'll see. But back to what I was saying. We talked about televisions. Most people are going to buy a new TV. Most people want to see this ray tracing. They want to see the advanced lighting. They want to see the extended HDR. They want to have the extended sound codecs. All the new codecs that's coming out. You really want to take advantage. And I guess for the most part, most people don't want to play it on that old crappy TV. You know what I'm saying? Magnificent Black. What's good, brother? Matrix. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yeah. Now, I hope y'all know, but Yakuza Like a Dragon, that game has been out in Japan for a while, right? Yeah, that game has been out for a while. My man Tommy Bull said he got a 4K HDR projector. Nice. Call me Jay. What's good, brother? But what I really wanted to, we talked about the television, right? We talked about the next generation television. So I think most of us got that secured, or at least have a plan for that. We just got through talking about the games, the consoles. You got to secure the console. I know it's hard out there, but man, I got one. I was able to get one from Target, and I was able to finally get a X Series X from Best Buy. Amazon, not at all. I wasn't able to get anything from there. Cyberpunk, right now they're crunching. They're trying to get that game done. Now, this is what most people don't know. Cyberpunk 2077 will not have the next generation upgrades day one. That's going to come as a patch later. That's why I'm gonna hold off on that game. Scorn has been out on PC for a while. As far as the gameplay, if you like the alien shooters and stuff like that, somebody will like it, not me. They just released some new footage of Scorn in 4K, so go check that out on YouTube as well. Not really my cup of tea, but for somebody else that may be their cup of tea. So we got the television, lighting. Having the RGB lighting behind your television and in your gaming area really helps make your surrounding eye pleasing. I mean, it may be small to you guys, but I like it. So that's something else. Those are some other things that you can have. Again, a great gaming chair works wonders for your gaming experience. Rollo, what's good, brother? Thank you for coming and rocking out with me, man. What else? I know you guys, if you're in the Xbox ecosystem, go ahead and get you a custom controller or get the Elite 2 controller. Xbox really didn't upgrade their controller this generation. They just kept the same one from last gen. So if you have a really nice controller from last gen, you can keep playing that. But I'm gonna tell you now, I am glad that the DualShock 4 is not really compatible with PlayStation 5 like that. I want the new experiences. I want to feel that controller. I want to feel all the rumbles, the effects, all the stuff that will immerse me in gaming. Spider Silver said we might see a new Lost Soul Aside trailer tomorrow. Hey man, that'll be great. And if that came out soon for PlayStation 5, hey man. And I believe that game was made by one guy. Jesus Pena said he waited in line at GameStop for 5 hours, but it was worth it. He got it secured. My brother, man, that's what I'm talking about. And I love seeing y'all out there waiting in line, securing when y'all was posting the receipts and stuff. Man, that's what gaming is about. Man, that's a big sense of accomplishment, knowing that day one you're gonna be on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Grant, Destruction All Stars. It looks like a day one buy for me. I just need to see more gameplay of it. I really need to see. I think it's going to be a beautiful game. PlayStation, a lot of guys have been complaining PlayStation don't have multiplayer games. Well, guess what? Now they got a boatload of them. Killer Tay was good, brother. Talk about what up, Trump, bud. 2020 was good. Yeah, so I think Destruction All Stars are going to be great. But PlayStation now, I mean, we got the Last of Us 2. We got that multiplayer coming. Factions, they call it factions. We got the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer coming. We got Destruction All Stars. We got Demon Souls. We got, Gran Turismo. What else we got? That's a multiplayer game. Let me look on my list. Sackboy. What else? I don't think Oddworld is. I'm not even sure about Deathloop. But I mean, that's a lot of multiplayer games compared to what Sony had, from first party, what they had this year, and in the previous years of this generation. Jersey Finest was good, bro. Yeah, Call Me Jay said we need to bring back Mag. Hey man, that's Soakum. Can y'all believe it? Back in the day, man, Mag had 256 players all at once. That was crazy. It was a 128 versus 128. And that was back then on PlayStation 3. And that had 128 megs of RAM. So imagine having 16 gigs of RAM, what they can do. With this ultra, everybody pretty much got a gig of internet these days. I mean, I don't know, man. They can do some beautiful stuff. My man Marcus Grant said he got a PlayStation 5 with the original. The PlayStation 5 with the disc and the Xbox Series S. Hey, that's what's up, man. Right up your alley. If I can get my hand on the Xbox Series X, I would too. I'll use that in a different room or put that in the kids' room. That'd be great for them to get them upgraded to next generation. Yeah, so TV, chairs, lighting, the console secured. We talked about it, man. You're gonna have to have at least $1,000 worth of games that's coming out, at least for the PlayStation side of things. Another thing you got to realize, right? Your PlayStation Plus subscription. Right now, they got a deal. I think you can get a year for like $35. Go ahead and do that because all the games that some of you guys have missed out last generation or this generation, you're gonna have them for free next generation. So your God of Wars, your all those old games from this generation. You're going to be able to do Uncharted 4s and stuff like that. You're going to be able to play those next generation on your PlayStation 5. Rumor has it that PlayStation 5 has the boost mode. So not only do you get the better resolution, you get the better frames. All that stuff is unlocked. So, we'll see that. Rumor has it that Sony here this week or sometime next week will have another event. They've already been putting consoles in the hand of these influencers. A ton of people in Japan, a ton of local people. Travis Scott has one. He's been doing that, and we know he's the face of Fortnite. He had his concert inside of Fortnite, and it blew up. His Astro World tour was literally in Fortnite, and it was millions and millions and millions of people that showed up. So that's why he would be the face. And we know that Sony has a deal with. Well, basically, they bought a piece of Epic Games, so therefore they got the marketing rights to Fortnite. So they're gonna use that. Fortnite has a new ray tracing update. So PlayStation 5 version, I'm pretty sure the PlayStation Series X version is going to have the ray tracing feature as well. Beats Games Live. Zim was good, bro. Yes. All that capping that they was talking about, I can't carry my save file over. Yeah, you can. Guys are doing whatever they can to damage control, but they don't keep that same energy when it comes to their console. Right now, we have Cyberpunk developers forcing the devs to work 6 days, mandatory 6-day work weeks. So yeah, they're crunching right now, and nobody had that same energy like they did with The Last of Us 2. They tried their best to slaughter Naughty Dog for that, but now everybody puts on their blindfold and pretend like they're Bird Box when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to realize now, Spider-Man the remaster has brand new trophies. I've already platinumed the PlayStation 4 version of Spider-Man. I've gotten every trophy in that game. So it would make sense that my save file wouldn't move over when they have brand new trophies for other stuff. You see what I'm saying? They have all the ray tracing features. They have all the fast speeds, SSD, the larger depth of field, and all the reflections and all that stuff. So it's okay. You know, if you don't want it, guess what? Just buy the Miles Morales. Don't buy the Ultimate Edition that comes with Spider-Man. That's all I gotta say. You know, Rollo. That's what I've been saying, man. I woke up this morning saying that. I thought exclusives were anti-consumer, but as soon as Microsoft bought Bethesda, we want our games exclusive. We want our games exclusive. You know, I said it and I said it before. Gamers are a bunch of frauds. We boycott what we don't like, and we ignore the stuff that we don't care about. Or we ignore when the company that we like do something bad. You know, that's just, we've always been that way. Just like Madden. Most gamers hate that Madden is not new. It's the same stuff. It's just a roster update. But guess what? Each iteration outsells the previous iteration. Ferge Brizzle, my brother, what's good? Yeah, but we're going to be playing Spider-Man at 60 frames a second, man. That's going to be lovely. You know, this generation, everybody was crying, man, I want 60 frame. I want 60 frame. Well, guess what? Now they're giving you options. You have a performance mode and a visual mode. We want ray tracing. Well, they gave you ray tracing. Now what? It's like, what else are you asking from these companies? You know, at the end of the day, the most important thing that I've asked for is just great quality games, and I've been getting those, so I'm okay. I got a PC for everything else that I kind of require. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing, Rollo, with that train of thought. Just because Microsoft bought Bethesda doesn't mean automatically they automatically gonna start getting some bangers. Because if you look at Bethesda's last few years on last games, not even last games, but their whole portfolio, it's been mixed. Jeff Grubb already said Bethesda's been struggling. They was like about to close down studios. All their games have underperformed, including Doom. And we know that Microsoft, the last 2 years, they've been buying nothing but distressed assets, distressed developers in studios, meaning companies that are going out of business. Ninja Theory was going out of business until Microsoft bought them. So obviously they get them on the cheap, right? And Microsoft is out to make money. I still think they're going to put their games on the largest install base, which is PlayStation. They're going to continue to do that because the games sell more on PlayStation. Microsoft is about the money. They don't love you as a gamer. Or if they would, they wouldn't have taken 3 years off from investing. They would have been investing. Microsoft is 3 years that they're playing catch up. For 3 straight years, they didn't invest. They sat on their hands. And all of a sudden now they're starting to invest, and people can't forget about that. They sold you an Xbox One console with an Xbox One X with no game. There was no games ready. They're selling you another console with no games ready. Verge Brizzle, big facts, man. That's what I do, man, just to make you guys laugh and have fun in games, man. Y'all know how I act a fool on these podcasts and stuff like that. But y'all know I'm in that day one with Xbox. I got mine secured, baby. I even got my external 1 terabyte drive secured. I'm in there. Some friends might boot up Madden or 2K or something like that. I may copy, you know what I'm saying, the multiplat. But other than that, they don't have any exclusives. So Rage 2 sucked. I bought it. I got it. Fallout 76, I bought it. I got it. Sucked. Doom was meh. Wolfenstein Youngblood was definitely meh. Wolfenstein, the other Wolfenstein was okay. But again, I always said Bethesda was an okay company. If Microsoft, now I would only been worried if Microsoft would have bought Blizzard, because Blizzard got some good shit. Blizzard got some good hitters. You know, they got your card, they got Overwatch, they got StarCraft, they got, everything else. So that there would have been more of a shocker. Bethesda, I've already said it was a mid company. You know what I'm saying? With mid games. I think it's the glory days of last generation when they had Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that. People are still riding high on the 360 era. They refuse to let go of the 360 era. Those days are gone, man. That's 2 generations ago. Them days ain't coming back, man. Young Joe, I agree. Too many mediocre first-person shooters from Bethesda. That's kind of like their stick. That's what they do. They don't make nothing but shooters. And we already got 50 other shooters out there. We finna get Call of Duty again. Battlefield. They're working on the Battlefield, so, Rollo said, who I'm taking, Naughty Dog or entire Bethesda? Hey, bro, Naughty Dog all the way. And then here's the thing. I'll take 1 or 2 really good quality games, really great games, over a whole laundry list of mediocre games. Because those mediocre games is just going to sit on my hard drive. Rage 2, I bought it, played it for maybe 30 minutes, tossed that shit to the side. Man, it's a mid game, and maybe it's just to me. I'm not putting that on y'all, but to me it was. Zim, you right, man. Hey, Mikey Barber, he don't like Phil Spencer and Microsoft anymore, man. But back to the conversation at hand. Next generation is going to be expensive. We got the system secured. We got to get prepared for these games. They're coming up pretty soon. It's a laundry list. So either you're gonna have to pick and choose, or something's gonna have to give. It's gonna cost you more than a couple $100. These games now are $70, guys. It's no longer $60. These games are $70. 70 with tax, man. You're looking at about $77 right there. Almost $80 for one game. Now I remember back in the day, you used to be able to get 2 or 3 games for $100. You'll get a light title for like $29, get a mid title for like $49, and then get that on sale greatest hits game for like $10-15. You walk out the store, out of Funko Land or Toys R Us with like 3 games, and you on cloud 9. You know what I'm saying? And that happened once or twice a year, so you good. I don't mind $70 for games when they're great games. I am not spending $70 to play Bleeding Edge or Battletoads or some lightweight game. I just won't. That's not what I do. Verge, hey, listen, I agree, man. A lot of people are not happy with 70 with an extra 10, paying an extra $10. The problem with that, though, is we want these next generation games and next generation experiences, and we hadn't had a price increase in about 4 generations. We haven't had a price increase in 4 generations. Let that sink in. Listen, I would rather spend $70 than to have a $60 game full of microtransactions, full of all kind of other bullshit, advertisements and all kind of other stuff. And I'm just saying that again, they're gonna, they're making these games $70, but what that's going to do as a gamer, as me, that's going to make me more conscious with what game I buy. So now I'm gonna start looking at the quality and the Metacritic of a game. I'm gonna be like, all right, this game here, you know what I'm saying? It was a 75, 78 Metacritic. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait till the price go down, or I'm gonna buy it used. Whereas before, $60 for a 75, 78 Metacritic. All right, I'll go ahead and get in and try it out. $70, I don't try stuff out for $70. I'm sorry. But that's going to cause me to scrutinize and make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't buying Madden for no $70. I may buy 2K because it's a next generation game this first year, but next year I ain't buying it for $70. I'm glad games like Little Big Planet, or not Little Big Planet, but you know, whatever the name of that game, I ain't spending $70 on that. It better be like 40, 50 max. So yeah, that's what it is. I don't know. And see, the thing about with Microsoft, right? They got Game Pass, but you got to realize their Game Pass games, they ain't gonna have no next generation games for years. Their studios, they just buying them, like they just bought them. They don't even know what these games are gonna be. Some of them pre-alpha, some of them hadn't even like the Everwild game. They don't even know what that game gonna be. They don't know what they want it to be. So that game ain't gonna be nothing in for another 3 years. Forza is in pre-production. They just starting on that game. So that game ain't gonna be ready for another 3 to 4 years. Fable, pre-production. We don't know what the hell that game high is gonna be. There's no guarantee that those games are gonna come out and be 80 to 90 Metacritic. We just don't know. Microsoft don't have a great track record of nurturing their talent and making sure that they have great quality control. That's the problem. I don't care if they bought Bethesda or not. Bethesda was mid. They had mid games, and Microsoft don't have someone at Microsoft that's going to go and stand over their developers' back and check in and make sure that those games come out great, like Sony does. Sony has that. They have people that go and check on the games and let them know, nah, that's not what we want, or yes, this is what we want. You see what I'm saying? We were able to get a God of War within 3 years. We were able to get a new Spider-Man within 3 years. We were able to get a Ratchet and Clank within 3 years. You know, when you have good talent, we were able to get, we got factions coming. We got Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer coming. On and on and on. There's a lot of stuff to be had from that front. So yeah, Microsoft is selling us a next generation console with no next generation games. And this is not the first time. They did it with the Xbox One X. Now you can say, well, Sony did it with the Pro, but you got to realize the Pro was there right when, was it Uncharted 4 or Horizon? Right when Horizon Zero Dawn was coming out. So you bought that console knowing Horizon Zero Dawn was coming out in a couple of months. We're buying this console and they got no first party games coming out for years. Say what you want. Halo is not coming out next Christmas. They are not going to rework that whole graphic art style and everything in no 3 years. They were talking about, well, we're going to patch ray tracing in later. What's up with Xbox Series X and all of these games that supposedly were going to have ray tracing? They don't have ray tracing. They're going to patch it in later. Like, what's up with that? At least Sony's games, you know, the ray tracing is there day one. They're showing you all these games with ray tracing. Verge said, as a grown man, I'm not playing Ratchet and Clank. Bro, I'm playing Ratchet and Clank, and I'm a grown man. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I grew up on Mario, so I can't turn around and say it ain't gonna, you know, that shit look godly. If you got an OLED TV, that's the game you want to showcase on that TV. That's just me. You know, I'm just speaking for me. That's just one man's opinion. I'm gonna be on that thing. Rilo, he said D-Batch said PS5 can't do. Hey, it's funny how the table have turned, right? It's funny how the tables have turned. All the stuff that they said about the PlayStation 5. Oh, it's not RDNA 2. It won't do ray tracing. It won't do 4K. It won't do 60 frames. It is doing all of that. And it has way more 4K 60 games than Xbox Series X. And it has all of these first party games. And supposedly Sony put out the dev kits a whole year before Microsoft did. This is why Xbox don't have any games ready. And rumor is the Xbox Series X may be overheating. So all the stuff that they tried to throw on Sony in the PlayStation 5, it looks like it backfired. So that shit funny. It's funny to me. It is funny to me. Big fact, Spider. I'm playing Ratchet and Clank, Astro's Playroom, and Sackboy. Hey, man. You got a next generation controller. You know, a true next generation controller. Bigger battery. Comes with a microphone and headphone built in. Noise cancellation. All the haptic feedbacks and all this new stuff that's built in. If you're walking on sand, you can tell you're walking on sand. If you're walking on the pavement, you can tell you're walking on the pavement. All the stuff like that is just add to your senses. On top of the 3D audio that they have, it's just going to be godly. That's what we're paying for, next generation experience, not the same old. I don't want my current games just upscale with slightly higher frames. Like, I want the new. I want people to be able to come in my house and say, look at this. You can't get that anywhere else. We getting God of War. We getting the new Horizon game. What else we get? I mean, we getting a lot of shit. We getting Harry Potter next year. On top of that, we got the VR version of this new Star Wars game, the Rogue Squadron or something like that. Tommy Bull, I agree. Here's the thing about it, right? When you make a great game and you have great assets and you have a great foundation, you don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to rebuild the engine from scratch. You don't have to rebuild assets from scratch. This is why they're able to get a new Spider-Man and a new God of War up and running within 3 years instead of 5 to 6 years. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, guys. But what else? Surround sound. That's another thing. Well, if you buying the Sony 3D audio headsets, that'll be great because that'll take care of your audio. Now, here's the thing about it. If you're playing with other people, right, they have to hear something. I don't know if you can have multiple headsets, like if all your gamers that's playing on the console can have their own pair of headsets, or if it can be only one to a system. But if it's only a one to a system, kind of how it is now, you have to worry about whether you're going to get a sound bar or if you're going to get, hook it to your home theater system. So you got to think about that stuff. Sound plays a big role in your gaming experience. So I'm going to have to upgrade my receiver. I have a Marantz receiver. I'm going to upgrade it to one that's 8K enabled, HDMI 2.1 on all of them. I already got the model that I'm going to get. Yeah, man, gaming is an expensive hobby. So you're going to have to just be prepared and be ready to drop that coin. Most important, I got the system secured, the television secured, my gaming chair secured. Next, I just need to upgrade my receiver. And I think for the most part, I'm going to be there. All my games I'm going to do digitally. So day one, I'm just going to be spending that whole first day downloading my games. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The PlayStation 5 has Wi-Fi 6, the new next generation Wi-Fi card. And I know people are going to say, oh, but I plug in hardwire. Yeah. That's what they say. But I remember this generation. A lot of PlayStation, I mean, a lot of Xbox dudes giving PlayStation dudes a lot of shit because the Wi-Fi was slow, the downloads were slow. But now it looks like the roles return. Microsoft tried to cut corners and save some money, and they're using the same wireless card that they're using, basically Wi-Fi 5. Heath Stevens, my brother, was good. Thank you. I appreciate that, Verge. Y'all hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. My man Heath Stevens in the house. Emrys. Yeah, wow. You know, listen. In the past, COD has sucked, but I ain't gonna lie. This last one, the Modern Warfare, was really a great game. Really great story. The graphics with ray tracing and all that stuff. That shit was, that was nice. That was worth the money. This COD, Cold War, I think is gonna be worth the money as well. It has ray tracing and all that stuff that we look forward to. But the CODs in the past, yeah, they just been money grab. Now, I'm not saying what the next Call of Duty after this one's gonna be. It may be the same, right? They may go back to doing what they was doing, but I do think the Cold War is going to be worth it. It's at least for the first game of the next generation, right? It's not going to be like a Ghost, like a Call of Duty Ghost. That was, that was the first Call of Duty from this generation. That was a money grab. Another thing, talking about the SSD, Heath Stevens, why you talking about that? We've been seeing the Xbox Series X, some of their load times, like on Red Dead Redemption, the game loads in 1 minute versus 2 minutes. So that's a big reduction. But man, Sony is promising like seconds. Salty, what's good, my brother? Yeah, so I agree. Call of Duty Ghost was trash. So you had a lot of these games, right, for the X Series X with that load time and stuff, I wasn't really that impressed. You went from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. But look, we saw Sony go from the regular UI going from the home screen all the way inside of a game in like 2 seconds. We saw Demon's Souls, when you died, within 1 second you already revived, or you already at the net. Once you go through the portal, you're already there. That is huge shit. Whereas it used to take you a minute to go through a portal on the old game. So that's some big shit. So it looks like that SSD that PlayStation 5 have is going to be the big shit. That's like, they're talking about instantaneous. They're not talking about, waiting 15 seconds, 30 seconds. And nah, they talking about, when they say instant, they mean like instant. Like you hit a button, and by the time your eyes look at the TV screen, you already loaded in that game. That's some big shit. That's what I'm talking about. 0.86 seconds in Demon's Souls. I saw that. That was some good shit. My man Verge said, Jaydub, what do you think about a Jaydub versus Post Up podcast? Hey, we already talking about it, brother. We got Jay and Post coming up. We already working on it. Y'all stay tuned for that. I think we'll do somewhere. One episode we'll have on my channel, the next one his, and we'll keep going from there. Keep you guys entertained. Me and my brother Post Up, man. Man, our chemistry is just right, man. We keep y'all laughing, y'all love it, and we love each other, man. That's my brother. So we working on some good stuff, man. Come on, Rollo. I'm copping that GT7. I already got my cockpit ready for it. I already got my racing rig ready for that puppy. That's why I need to get a digital PS5. I don't like moving my system from one room to another, so I got one in my main game room, and the other is going to be in my theater room. So, but if I get one more PlayStation 5 that's a digital, I'll hook that to my cockpit, and that'll just be mainly for my VR racing and the GT7. Spider Silver said, Post Up going to tag in Aaron Greenberg. Hey man, I'll take on all them Microsoft executives. I got the only thing that matters, baby. That's the games. If you got the games, you can win any debate you want against anybody. They can talk about the hardware, they can talk about all that shit. But I got the games. Yeah, man, hey, Post be trolling, man. Don't listen to Post. He be trolling. He know that. He got his PS5 secured. He good. You know what I'm saying? He the Xbox version of me. He be out there trolling. Right seat of my brother. He said, here's something they're not talking about. Many of them backward compatibility games on the Xbox Series X that Digital Foundry analyzed could maintain a locked 60 frames. And some of them games weren't even 4K. I agree. That shit was looking spooky. I was seeing games run at 49 frames a second. And I'm like, wait, you got 12 T-flops? A 3.5 gigahertz CPU? A 1.8 gigahertz GPU? Like, 16 gigs of RAM? A SSD drive? How can them old ass games not run the way they need to run? Like, what's up with that? But I ain't gonna be messy though. I ain't gonna be messy. I'm gonna tell you this, man. He said they have a 3.8 gigahertz CPU. Okay, my bad. Heath Stevens, he said Microsoft got ZeniMax to keep them away from Amazon and Google, not PlayStation. Maybe so, man. But you know, when it comes to that, all that, if they're fighting over the cloud is gonna be dead. I'm gonna be honest, man. That shit gonna be dead within another year or two anyway. I'm just not interested in it. I got Google Stadia. I got like 60 games on Google Stadia, believe it or not. I'm always posting my list of games that I have from Google Stadia. I'm just saying, I always default back to my PlayStation or my Xbox or my PC. So, yeah. But you got your system secured. You know, as long you got your system secured, which is good. You got your TV secured. I think a lot of people are buying a TV or going to buy the TV. So, you know, Verge Brizzle, he said, we own all the systems. I got Stadia too. It doesn't matter what these companies do. It don't really matter, right? I don't care about Amazon. I don't care about the rest of them. You know, I just care about my console. My next generation consoles. That's it. They can fight for scraps, but they ain't getting the next God of War or the new Uncharted or the new The Last of Us or the new Ghost of Tsushima or the new Ratchet and Clank or any of them other bangers. So I don't care. And even if one or two of PlayStation games go to PC, it don't matter. I'm still going to play it on PlayStation 5. I don't feel like waiting. I don't like waiting. A lot of guys sat around and waited 3 years for Horizon Zero Dawn to go to PC. Then it went to PC, and I think it was kind of janky and buggy. So I don't have time for that, man. This next generation, we're gonna be playing these games at 60 frames, and the games in 4K with ray tracing and stuff like that, and in the performance mode and the visual mode. That's all. I'm an easy man. That's all that matters. I see when I go into gaming, I thoroughly understand that I'm spending $399 or $499 for a console, or all-in-one box. I'm not expecting this to outdo my $3,000 PC or $1,500 with a $1,500 video card. You see what I'm saying? So I never bring up PC when I'm talking about gaming. They should not even be in the same conversation. They don't have to pay. They don't have the services that we have. They don't have to. They don't have the ecosystem that the console have. So it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, well, we don't have to play for Xbox Live, or we don't have to pay for PlayStation. Yeah, you don't. But you also don't have just one place you can go to meet your friends and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to use all these third-party apps. Some of them janky, some of them get updated, they buggy. You know, I'm just lucky to be able to do this little stream today. Because Lord knows every time I reboot my computer, it's an update and some shit break. And it takes me hours trying to fix it. And sometimes it's unfixable until they do an update and patch it. And if you're a PC gamer, you know exactly what I mean. How many times OBS crapping out on people? That's what I thought. Zim, hey, that's true, man. If Salty's still in here, I know he remember that. A lot of these Xbox dudes and a lot of these dudes in the media was saying that we're getting Xbox Live for free. They was hype. Oh, we finna get Xbox Live for free. Microsoft love us, man. Microsoft about that money. They make more money off of Xbox Live than they make on the games, because Xbox guys don't buy games like that. This is why we ended up with Game Pass anyway, because the fan base just did not buy the games. So they threw all them shits together inside of a package and sold it to you. Verge, I appreciate that, brother. My man, San Antonio. Hey, I'm always in San Antonio, brother. You know I'm in H-Town, so I'm right down the street. When you ain't here being messy, it was good, brother. Yeah, but we got these next generation TVs, man. It's an exciting time, man. Whether you're a gamer or you're into tech, it's just an exciting time to see new stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, Verge, don't worry, man. My man Salty, he good, man. I just know a lot of guys don't like dudes that used to, game on Xbox all the time. They don't like them anymore because they woke up. They woke up and realized the games were on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it took dudes like 5 years to finally realize that. But like the saying go, better late than never. Y'all heard what people were saying about Z and about crap and stuff, talking about they can't come back home. They can't go back to Xbox. Ain't that some crazy shit? Telling them folks they better not, we better not see y'all with an Xbox Series X. Y'all can't come back home. Man, if y'all don't get y'all goofy asses. Oh man, that's crazy. Only in gaming, man. That's why I love gaming. I love this community, man. It should be funny. It'd be hilarious. My man Show was good. I wish somebody would tell me I can't come back home to PlayStation Nation after I've been playing Sea of Thieves or some shit. Man, good show. I play where I want and I do what I want to do. But yeah, I think people start feeling themselves after Microsoft spent $7.5 billion buying Bethesda. I think they start feeling like, oh yeah, they spent all this money, they love us now. And it's like, I don't think they did that for you. I think they did that for other means. They bought the tech, and like y'all said, they're trying to keep it away from their competitors. Microsoft been saying for the longest, Nintendo and Sony are not our competitors. We can't compete with them. Microsoft cannot compete with Nintendo or with the PlayStation. With Sony, they can't. They literally can't. But what they can compete is on the cloud, the data streaming and all that stuff with the Azure cloud. I mean, they can do that. Game Pass is pretty good, especially compared to like Google Stadia and even the Luna. But let's face it, man. Like, if they ain't got the bangers, that shit, you ain't gonna be able to compete with Nintendo or Sony, because Nintendo and Sony got bangers, and they releasing them bangers all the time, consistently. Verge said my Sea of Thieves stream was the funniest. He said I had this girl laughing, a shot of shock in the mouth. Yeah, man, that was me. Post up in I think Noah. Hey, you play any game. If you play with your friends, man, y'all acting up, man, y'all definitely have fun. Anyway, man, remember, stack y'all change. You probably gotta upgrade your television. You gotta upgrade your gaming chair where you sit. You gotta be comfortable. You have to upgrade your lighting, whether it's the RGB lighting behind your television and stuff. It does give a great eye-pleasing, atmospheric type experience. You gotta upgrade your surround sound. Get you the PS5 headset, or get you the next generation Xbox headset, or go ahead and get you a great Dolby Atmos soundbar or a home theater system. Do that. Sound plays a big role in gaming. You want to be able to tell where those shots come from in Call of Duty. You want to be able to be competitive. The next thing, secure your PlayStation or your Xbox. Make sure you got that. What else? Secure your bangers. You got the bangers. I'm going to read you a list again of games that I'm going to be getting. And these are just some. These are not all. These are just some. Final Fantasy 16, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Ratchet and Clank, Deathloop, Gran Turismo 7, Sackboy, Destruction All Stars, Returnal, Ghostwire Tokyo, Kena, Bugsnax, Oddworld, Demon Souls, Godfall, Spider-Man Miles Morales. All of the games I named are on PlayStation 5. Now, whenever Xbox get the games, right? And I get it. People say, well, you can't say Xbox don't have no games now. Yeah, Xbox still don't have no games. They got studios. They got publishers. We just got to wait for them games to be available. And those games aren't going to be there for a while. So, yeah, Spider Silver, it's a given, man. PlayStation going to win for at least the next 2 years. Eventually, right? Eventually, Microsoft is going to have some games. But right now they don't. And they won't. Halo, they put all their eggs in the Halo basket. And Halo ended up giving us Craig. Teddy Payne in the house was good, brother. Y'all hit that like and subscribe, please. Teddy Payne say get the LG Cine NG and the CX OLED. Yeah, that's the surround sound bar and that's the OLED TV. I think that's the most popular one right now, but an alternative is for you to get the Sony X900H. Really good TV, and it's not that expensive. Verge said, how do I get an Xbox Series X before the hardcore? Hey man, the same way I got into FanFest before all the other dudes, right? It is what it is. Some of these dudes be high capping and all in the party chat with Phil Spencer and all that stuff, and they don't even get the free swag. Old girl just said, right? Y'all saw the video I posted. Old girl just said the reason she don't rock with Sony is because they don't send her free shit. She said she got 7 Xboxes in her storage because they always give her the free swag, the free shit, the free chairs, the free consoles, the free games, and everything else. She's finessing, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's just for her to openly say that and for guys to turn a blind eye, like, that's bad. I ain't gonna lie, that's bad. So now when we see people like Paris and the rest of those guys out there shucking and jiving for Game Pass and other pro Xbox things, now we know why, right? They sitting there with them fancy Cyberpunk 2077 yellow chairs, provided courtesy of, the powers that be. They're getting if they're not getting monetary value, they're getting free swag, they're getting access for the executives to come to their podcasts and stuff like that. And that's something that Sony just don't do. And I don't understand, right? Because you're giving these people all this stuff, but you're still last place. If I'm going to give somebody something, it has to be for some reason. You got to be selling my consoles for me. You got to be selling my games for me. Hey, my man Phil's blue eyes. He said, I don't care about the games as long as Phil wears muscle t-shirt. Oh, y'all be killing me. Hey, y'all be killing me, man. Y'all be killing me. Yeah, secure y'all TV, secure your consoles, secure your sound, secure your chairs, secure your games, and man, this next generation is going to be the best ever. I personally believe right now, in all my years of gaming, this generation was the best generation ever. It gave me nothing but exclusives and bangers and Game of the Year winners and contenders. It gave me VR. It gave me everything I ever wanted in gaming. And I can rock with that. The next generation is going to give me more of that on top of the new experiences, the new controllers, the new sensory items, the next generation version of VR. Edward Jordan was good, brother. Quanvo was good. So, you know what I'm saying? The next generation is just going to be amplified. If you guys think Sony was good this generation, I mean, y'all ain't seen shit yet. They're about to start the generation, and they're already saying we got sequels to our biggest games ever coming out next year. Gran Turismo 7. Sony's number one selling IP is Gran Turismo. More so than any other IP. Over 100 million games sold. Coming out next year, 2021. They're giving you Horizon Forbidden West. Another one, brand new IP that was created this generation. They're giving you the sequel to it. They're giving you a launch game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Come on now. Then they're going to turn around and give you God of War Ragnarok, the second game in the trilogy. All of that within 1 year. So who's been working and who's been just lollygagging around? One Zep, what's good, brother? Big facts. I'm only telling you the facts, man, as I see them. Somebody's been playing and somebody's been working. Appreciate that, Verge. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, y'all know when I'm on other podcasts, I do as the surrounding is. But when I'm on my own stuff, I kind of just give y'all my own personal mind. You know what I'm saying? But Sony has been securing the studios all along. They never stopped investing in their first party IP. They never stopped buying stuff. They never stopped doing this stuff. All of a sudden, Microsoft do it, and everybody's like, "Oh man, Microsoft did this, did that," and it's like, I get it. I get it. But at the same time, Sylvia, I appreciate that, man. Hey, thank y'all. I really want to appreciate you guys because I just hit 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I opened this channel, I think last May. Last May I opened this channel, and I'm at 1,000 subs already. And I'm not gonna lie, I hadn't put a lot of effort into this channel, but I will start putting a lot of effort in this channel now. You will get more consistent content from me. I did a live stream yesterday. I'm doing a live stream today. I'm going to do some VR racing this upcoming weekend. I'm going to give you consistent PlayStation 5 and Xbox news. Still going to stream, my Nintendo Switch stuff. So, again, it's gaming. I appreciate that one, I appreciate that. Definitely. Hey, day one, we in there. Edward, day one, we in there. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna stream every single PlayStation 5 game I got. I'm streaming that shit. I'm booting it up, and the first menu I'm going to is that stream. By the way, we will be able to stream in 4K 60 on these next generation consoles. Now, I don't know if YouTube have it where you can stream in 4K yet, or is that just Twitch? I know Twitch is finally coming up with the streaming at 4K. Finally, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, man. All the compression and stuff that they have on their streams, they really don't look good. And there's a lot of people out there with a gig internet up and down. I happen to be one of those people. Hey, man, let me stream as much as possible. The Ruham, my brother, what's good? Just a recap, we're talking about what the next generation console must-have purchases. By the way, I bought the PlayStation 5. I got the 3D audio headset. I got the camera. I got the media remote. I got the dual controller stand, and I got an extra controller. That's just on the PlayStation 5 side of things. On the Xbox Series X side of things, obviously I got the console, and I was secured day one, like early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I got the 1 terabyte external Seagate drive for it, so I'm covered there. The next thing I need to do, I'm really thinking about getting the Elite 2 controller, but I'm going to wait because I really think that Microsoft is going to come out with Elite 3 pretty soon. You know, they drop controllers like they drop games. So I appreciate that, Verge, man. I appreciate that. Hey, man, I'm big facts, man. I appreciate that. Again, thank y'all for showing me love, man. I'm at 1,000 subs. That feel good, man. You know, a lot of people rock out with me. A lot of people watch my content. You guys see me on everybody's podcast, whether it's Xbox, Pro Xbox podcast, whether it's Nintendo podcast, or whether it's PC and PlayStation podcast. I'm on it. So you'll see me in some capacity. We do have, I'm on podcasts where we just rock out and act the fool. Others, we kind of calm, mellow, and just give you the facts and the truths and everything as we see it. And then there's others, we just kind of low key with it. And we just, just kind of talking about gaming, old school, old time. I'm an old school gamer. My first console was like a Atari 2600. It wasn't mine, it was my brother's, but from there I just picked up on gaming. From the consoles, gaming on PC, then from the PC on and on and on. So appreciate that, Spider Silver. Sam Walton, appreciate that, brother. I have a regular PS5, but I do want to get the digital. I want to get the digital. I need that digital. And only because all my games are digital. But I did get the regular PS5 because I am going to use it as a 4K Blu-ray player. So, and the PS5 is able to output 8K. So I'm pretty sure my movies on my 8K TV will be upscaled. I'm sure, a lot of the game. I want to do my own digital foundry and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. That $399 price tag for the PlayStation 5, that was shocking to me. That was crazy. I did not expect Sony to do that because they didn't have to. They really don't have any competition that's pushing them. So they really could have just did $499 and called it a day. But they decided to give it $399 and I know a lot of guys say, well, the Xbox Series S and the PlayStation 5 digital is going to be the highest selling because of the price. One thing about gamers, money is no object when it comes to gaming. There's a reason why Microsoft and both Microsoft and Sony made more of the disc units than they did the discless units. That's because gamers will trust me, gamers have unlimited amount of money when it comes to buying stuff. Magnificent Black, I remember that we were talking about that, man, that a lot of gamers thought that the price tag was going to be $599 and $499 or $449 and $499. So for them to say $399 and $499, hey man, you save $100 by getting you the digital PS5. So I think these systems are, for what you're getting 4K, you're getting a lot of 60 frames per second games, you're getting the performance modes and the visual modes, plus the ray tracing, plus, PlayStation 5 got the new next generation controller. And all the other features, next generation VR, all the next generation games. You can't, you can have a 3090 all you want on PC, but until you get the games that's going to take advantage of it, the next generation games. I'm not talking about all the old games being upscaled and running them at high resolution. I'm talking about the 8K textures, not just upscaling a 1080p or 4K game to 8K. I'm talking about actual 8K textures. The stuff that we got when we seen that Unreal Engine 5 demo. Rice Eater, you're right, man. PS5 popping out all that ray tracing on almost all their AAA games. Yes. And I love it because I was told that couldn't be done. Phil's blue eyes said, I agree with Post. The Xbox is way better. I'm able to talk to Phil Spencer on Xbox Live and see Microsoft stocks. Oh man. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, but man, I'm excited, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes I get excited. I keep watching the PlayStation event, the two events over and over again. I keep watching the Xbox reveal and their event again over and over. I can't wait. We're like 40 days away from next generation consoles being in our house. It feels like Christmas, man. And for gamers, right? E3 was almost kind of like Christmas. But now when this is launch year and you have a brand new console, oof, and we gonna be on that thing. Playing this Ratchet and Clank on the OLED. It's going to be a lot of smiles on people's faces, man. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking out with me. And I thank you guys for getting me to for over 1,000 subs. Man, it feels good. Have a lot of gratitude for that. Thank you guys. Yes, I agree with you, Tommy Bull. Dark Souls. Oh my God. Just my eyes start bleeding by watching it. That game looks so gorgeous and so good, man. The Demon Souls. I remember Ratchet and Clank. I've seen this for like 20 times. Horizon Zero Dawn, and on and on and on, man. That's what gaming is about, man. Gaming is about the games. Nah, I enjoy specs like the next man, but it's all about the games, right? We've had two world's most powerful consoles. And without the games, right, it's just kind of become a waste. Yeah, man. Hey, we got both consoles secured. We good. I'm good. Spider-Man in 4K with all the particles, with all the characters on screen, plus the ray tracing. Yeah, I'm on that. That's day one. And PlayStation 5, I agree. PlayStation 5 has the bangers. Now, here's the thing. Xbox eventually going to get some bangers, right? It may take 3 or 4 years. It may take 5 years, 6 years. Out of all the studios and teams they got, eventually some got to shake. They can't forever keep going with the 60 Metacritic, template. Eventually something got to be good. They haven't said Flight Simulator coming to X Series X. When that's going to happen? When will, some of the Age of Empires and stuff, when is that stuff coming? Some of those PC games coming to X Series X. I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking out with me. I'm finna get ready to get out of here so you guys can go to sleep and chill and do what y'all do. I will see y'all on Twitter. I'm gonna still continue to cut up, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Y'all take it easy. Peace.